and then it's clicked off a couple of times into standby, and I put it back into auto. Next thing you know, the autopilot switches off completely, and we also lose our GPS. Morning everyone, today is the day we are departing Cache Harbour and heading off on our 7-day shakedown cruise to Kekova. So things are a little bit haphazard and not shipshape on board ABC at the moment, and she's just getting some lines out because we're going to be setting up some slip lines.
Morning. It's a bit exciting, kind of adrenaline pumping exciting.
So the lines that are happening here, we've got our aft mooring line which goes to the spring. We're going to swap those out for slip lines. Once we've done that, we can then release these midship lines and stow them away, not important anymore. Up forward we've got two lazy lines. We're going to drop one of those now, and then we're going to ease the other one so we can ease the boat back, so we can still get on and off with the passerelle when we need to still do some things on shore. Well, this is it. After 5 months of being in Cache Harbour, we have prepped the boat all morning and yesterday, and we're just about to cast off the lines. We're about an hour behind schedule. The wind has arrived as promised by Windy, and we should get a good sail in here today. Excited and nervous at the same time. Two things left to do. We've got to put away the passerelle and bring the dinghy round to the davits and raise it up on the davits. All right. Stand by on the fly line. Are you ready? All right, let it go and tell me when it's gone. One. A quick check of Windy showed us that we get some fairly decent wind on the way down, and it wouldn't take too long to get there. Our planned stop for the first night was on the outside of Kekova Island in a tiny little bay that was well protected from all sides.
What are your thoughts, Captain?
Well, it's very unnerving not having a wind speed indicator. All
Yes.
we've got is the white caps on the water to give us some indication of what the wind speed is, and right now I'd say we're probably around about maybe 15 knots.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're only doing 3 knots through the water with the mainsail, so we'll get our big powerful head sail out to get some more oomph.
Yeah.
It's a technical term, that.
Yeah.
Well, we were sailing nicely downwind when all of a sudden the new autopilot clicked into standby mode by itself. So I clicked it back to auto, and then it did a strange recalibration and came onto an exact heading, compass heading that the compass says we were heading. And then it's clicked off a couple of times into standby, and I put it back into auto. Next thing you know, the autopilot switches off completely, and we also lose our GPS. So this is why shakedown cruises are very important. We're just close to Kekova, and so we've rethought our plan, but we're just going to go inside the protection of the island here, through a cut. I mean, I've been through here before, so we should be right. I can see the depths on the chart and I know which bit I'm heading for, but I have no actual true depth reading. So we're going to get in there, we're going to drop anchor, and we're going to try and sort things out. So we've come inside Kekova Island and we're now heading into the wind, which is coming from the southwest. The GPS is kicking in and out intermittently, but only staying on for seconds. We do have depth. I was wrong before, we didn't have depth because we were too deep and it wasn't reading at all, but now we're in shallow water, we do have depth, so that's good. So we'll head up to the western end of here, we'll drop anchor, we'll make everything good, and then we'll investigate what we can with the GPS.
Yeah. Oh, fun times, eh?
Oh yeah. All right, we're dropping it now in 7 meters. So drop it now 7 meters and then drop out 30 meters. All right, let it settle. All right, let's get this boat put to bed and see what we can find the problem. Gotta love boating, eh? It's now day 2 of our shakedown cruise to Kekova, and we're in the same place as we were yesterday afternoon when we anchored. We spent the night here. This morning I emptied out a locker and got access to the 2 Sea-Talk cables that feed into the back of the autopilot, the ST6002 from Raymarine. Now, both of those cables were firmly connected, and we know that there's power to that circuit because our log speed indicator is also on the same circuit breaker, and it's working fine. There is no display at all on the LCD screen of the autopilot, so we're going to assume that it is Cactus. There's no on-off switch on that particular model. You just power it on and it comes on and goes instantly into standby mode. So I disconnected both of the Sea-Talk cables and then powered on everything else, all of the other navigation systems, and hey presto, everything booted up perfectly and we had a normal GPS feed, and we've left it on for, it's got to be close to 4 hours now, and it's been steady and constant. It's not been dropping out at all. So the good news is we do have GPS. The bad news is it looks like our pre-loved Raymarine ST6001 is Cactus, and it only lasted less than half a day. There is more bad news. Oh, you thought that was going to be easy, didn't you? Now, the other bad news is that apparently we are not transmitting an AIS signal. We are receiving AIS because we got proximity warnings when we left Cache Harbour, but we're not transmitting. So when I checked our reported position, our last reported position was 185 days ago, doing 5.8 knots, leaving the Greek island of Ios. So we'll have to look into that as well. It's a never-ending bag of fun. Luckily we can manage for a while without an autopilot because most of our trips are going to be short day hops, and of course now that we have Hand on board, we do have someone to help us with the helming. Don't we, Hand?
It's a bit exciting today because we're going to drop the dinghy and we're going to motor over to the little bay behind us. Apparently there's about a 30-minute walk and it'll take us to some ruins. So we're really looking forward to seeing what we discover.
It's quite an easy walk. It's very flat. Just got to be careful you don't stumble over any rocks or get entangled with too many cows on a narrow path. They do tend to back off, but they are big animals.
I think if there's a red cross rather than a red line, I think that means don't go this way. Because when we went that way, that was when we discovered more cows. Oh, but this one can't read signs.
Nope.
Just discovered some wild oregano. Oh, it's lovely, and I think if that's what I think it is, it's sage. Oh my God, that's yummy. This is what this is why the cows come up here. Well, not here.
So we've just had a very interesting and exciting scramble down through the ruins, and I'm going to guess, and we're right down to the water's edge now, and this is a beautiful place, don't get me wrong. But unfortunately, I've just come to the water's edge and humanity's footprint awaits me. It's really sad to see this. But, you know, I guess this happens. We're very aware of plastic usage, and, you know, people say, oh, you go onto the beach and make sure you pick up 3 pieces of plastic every day. I don't really think that's going to be a tenable solution. I think the only way to do it is to come up with something that's an alternative to plastic that just biodegrades after a time. I think I've read somewhere that they can make water bottles out of a plastic made of hemp, which biodegrades after 80 days, I think. We've just got to stop producing plastic. It's ridiculous. It just makes me so sad. A big thank you to our new patrons who've jumped on board.
Ken Smith, who's one of our long-time followers.
And Dopebox.
Thank you guys, it's great having you aboard.
And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, it really does help us out.
And subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified of future videos. Hey Baz, that rock's cactus.
She's a funny girl.